We'll be continuing with it. We discussed its theme for 2 days. And now just a little bit of the reading we would be doing from in between. I told you people to do its reading on your own. Complete reading, you do it. Only then you'll be able to understand the chapter. But there are some children in the class, those who don't even have the books right now. So very strange. So the enemy, Dr. Sadao Hoki's house was built on a spot of the Japanese coast, where as a little boy, he had often played. So the low square stone house was set upon rocks well above a narrow beach that was outlined with bent pines. So as a boy, Sadao had climbed the pines, supporting himself on his bare feet, as he had seen men do in the Southeast Seas when they climbed for coconuts. His father had taken him often to the islands of those seas, and never had he failed to say to the little brave boy at his side, like those islands over there, they are the stepping stones to the future for Japan. Where shall we step from there? Sadao had asked seriously. So what Sadao would often ask his father when his father would point out towards those rocks or the islands, his father would always say like those islands are the future of our country. Okay, then he would often ask like from where shall we step from them? Then his father would say, who knows? His father had answered, who can limit our future? It depends on what we make it. So what will be the future of their country? The father's answer would always be like, you never know like who the future of the country will be, because the country is what we make it. And yes, if you want to make your country get developed, if you want to make your country reach the height, what can we do? What can we do to make our country prosper? We can contribute our bit. And how can we contribute our bit for the betterment of our country? By doing our work, by doing our duties with 100% sincerity. Doing our bit in the most sincere manner is about contributing to the country's well-being. Okay, it's not that we talk about the well-being of our country and we are not doing our work. Okay, that way we are traitors. Now the country doesn't need our blood. Now our country needs our sincerity. And that is where we are lacking now. Okay, so Sadao's father would say like, our country is what we make it. Sadao had taken this into his mind as he did everything his father said. His father, who never joked or played with him, but who spent infinite pains upon him, who was his only son. So Sadao's father was very particular about the education of his son. He took immense pains for the grooming and upbringing of his son. Okay, it's not that his father would always remain busy with his own work and he would not give any time to the son. Okay, so yesterday, nowadays, whatever is happening at the national level, okay, whatever Aryan Khan did. So what the child did, I guess you know the news. Do you know the news? Who is Aryan Khan? It's not that he is he is a son of a great celebrity of our country. So he has been caught for regarding some drugs case. He's been imprisoned also. The case will be there. Whatever will happen, that we will see later on. But exactly what went wrong with the child? He's you can say like he's a child, a teenager only. Okay, and he stated that he had to take appointment to talk to his father. Whatever one may become, but if one cannot spare time for one's family, I guess it's of no use. Nothing, that money, that fame, that name is of no use. When you don't have time for your own family, I guess the world is aside, money is aside, business is aside, still family should be there. Okay, if the child has done something like of this kind, then somewhere it's a question mark on the parenting. Okay, parents need to be questioned for this. Okay, The children are the molds. You mold them the way you mold them. So whatever the kind of environment they get, they do that. So there needs to be a check on them. Okay, nowadays the children have been given the phones. So if the parents are not like looking over like what the children are doing with their devices, so that must not be done, because the children are after all children. So Sadao's father, his only aim in life was the upbringing of his son. He would take immense pains for the grooming and upbringing of his son. And Sadao knew that his education was his father's chief concern. Why do children fail nowadays in academics? Because for them, there are so many other occupations. There are so many other engagements. Okay, but Sadao knew that for him, for his father, his education is the main concern. So this kind of child doesn't fail. Okay. For this reason, he had been sent at 22 to America to learn that could be learned of surgery and medicine. So at the age of 22, Sadao was sent to America to pursue education in medicine. Got it? At the age of 22, he was sent to America. Children, this factor is very important in the chapter. Like, he got higher education at America. And in the chapter, we are talking about a war between America and Japan. Though it's a world war, but particularly in this context, we are going to confront a war between America and Japan. So Dr. Sadao is a Japanese, and he will be treating an American soldier of war. He will be treating the enemy. So why I'm pointing out again and again, like America is very important for us to understand, like he went over there, because there will be something about the fact like maybe Dr. Sadao would be criticized for helping the enemy, because people might say that he had a soft corners for the Americans because he had stayed there for about 8 years. If you live in some, in some other country for 8 years or 10 years, will your love for your own country become less? Rather, one becomes more patriotic then. Okay, when you are here, then you might not be giving any importance to your own country. But when you go abroad, then from there, you'll every day miss your country. Because motherland is motherland. One may reach the heights of glory, but one doesn't ever forget one's mother and motherland. Right? So he remained in America for about 8 years. And when he later on helped an American soldier that is enemy, then you may not, then no one can say that he helped American because he had been there in America for 8 years and he had a soft corner for Americans. No. Patriotism doesn't get affected, especially of a person like this Sadao, the one who has got patriotism in blood from his father. Okay. So this chapter has also given us a very good definition of patriotism. Patriotism is not always about shedding blood for your country. Patriotism is also about working sincerely at your end. That's it. You do your work sincerely. That's it. Then somewhere or the other, you are contributing for the well-being of your country also. So for this reason, he had been sent at 22 to America to learn all that could be learned of surgery and medicine. He had come back at 30. For how long did he stay there? 8 years. Remember this. He went at the age of 22 and came back at the age of 30. He came back at 30, and before his father died, he had seen Sadao become famous, not only as a surgeon, but as a scientist. So Sadao's father, who was very particular about his education, so before he died, he had seen Dr. Sadao having become a scientist and a surgeon. He had come back at 30, and his father's death, he had already become surgeon as well as a scientist, because he was perfecting. Why surgeon? Why scientist? Because he was perfecting a discovery which would render wounds entirely clean. Why scientist? Because he was perfecting a discovery upon the medicine which would make the wounds entirely clean. Got it? Will you remember it? So because he was perfecting a discovery which would make the wounds entirely clean, he had not been sent abroad with the troops. Very important point. He had not been sent with the troops because he was perfecting a discovery on medicine related to wounds. Also, he knew that there was some slight danger that the old general might need an operation for the condition for which he was now being treated medically. And for this possibility, Sadao was being kept in Japan. We have read two things. Number one, at the age of 22, he went to America. At the age of 30, he came back to Japan. Before the death of his father, he had already become a famous surgeon and a scientist. And right now he was like World War was going on and war between America and Japan. So though he might have been in American army as a doctor, and he was not sent as a doctor with the army or with the troops. Why wasn't he sent? Because of two reasons. Bhumika, what I'm saying? What's your name? Bhavya, yes. What I'm saying? Why to be lost? घर में भी lost, यहाँ पर भी lost. बताइए. I am saying that he was not sent with troops because of two reasons. What's the number one reason, Aryan? Avish? Discovery. Yes. Yes, 100% correct answer. Very good. So he was not sent with troops. Two reasons. Number one, because he was doing a discovery related to the wounds. He was discovering a medicine to render wounds entirely clean. So he could not leave that research. Second main answer was that he could not leave the general of the army. That general of the army was undergoing the treatment from Dr. Sadao. The general of the army was undergoing a treatment from the Dr. Sadao. So his condition was not good. So it was not very clear, like when would he need a surgery. So the condition of the general was very unpredictable. So keeping in mind the general's safety, Dr. Sadao was not sent with troops. Clear? So he was there in Japan itself. Clouds were rising from the ocean now. So presently, what's happening now? Clouds were rising from the ocean now. The unexpected warmth of the past few days had at night drawn heavy fog from the cold waves. Sadao watched mist hide outlines of an island, of a little island near the shore, and then come creeping up the beach below the house, wreathing around the pines. In a few minutes, fog would be wrapped about the house. Then he would go into the room where Hana, his wife, would be waiting for him with the two children. So this man, Dr. Sadao, has a family. He has his wife, Hana, and he has got two children. So it was night. It was after dinner. He came out of his house, and you already know that his house was on the shore, seashore, on the rocks. He came out and just looked around the house, and it was all wrapped with mist. Okay, fog was there, and very soon the house would be wrapped with mist. But it was not yet thoroughly wrapped with mist. It was getting foggy, right? And then he just looked around and was about to go back in the house, but let's see what happens. But at this moment, the door opened and she looked out. a dark blue woolen hori over her kimono. So at this very moment, when he was about to go back, Hana also came out. She was wearing a dark blue woolen hori over her kimono. So Japanese dress, kimono, the long overcoat. So she came to him affectionately and put her arms through him as he stood, smiled and said nothing. So Hana came out and she said nothing. He had met Hana in America, but he had waited to fall in love with her until he was sure that she was Japanese. So Hana was the one whom he had met in America itself. But he married her only when he got to know that she was a Japanese also. His father would never have received her unless she had been pure in her race. What do you mean by pure in race? Pure. Yeah. So her father would not have accepted Hana if she had not been a pure Japanese. He wondered often whom he would have married if he had not met Hana, and by what luck he had found her in the most casual way, by chance, literally, at an American professor's house. So he had met Hana by chance at American professor's house. The professor and his wife had been kind people, anxious to do something for their new foreign students. So what kind of people were those professor and his wife? Kind people. They were very helpful towards the foreign students. And the students, though bored, had accepted this kindness. Sadao had often told Hana how nearly he had not gone to Professor Harley's house that night. The rooms were so small, the food so bad, the professor's wife so voluble. Voluble means talkative. But he had gone and there he had found Hana, a new student, and had felt he would never, that he would love her if it were at all possible. So this man, Sadao, told Hana that on that particular day when he met Hana, he was not in a mood to go to Professor Harley's house on that particular day. Why didn't he want to go to that professor's house? 3 reasons were there. Number 1, bad food. Rooms were very small. And the professor's wife was very talkative. She spoke a lot. So he didn't want to go there. But even then, by chance, he went there. And he met Hana there. And he met Hana and he loved her. But before he actually decided that he loved her, he wanted to be sure that she was a pure Japanese. Okay, so now he felt her hand on his arm and was aware of the pleasure it gave him. Even though they had been married years enough to have the 2 children, for they had not married heedlessly in America. So they had not married very carelessly or without, letting anyone know. They had finished their work at school and had come home to Japan. When his father had seen her, the marriage had been arranged in the old Japanese way. Although Sadao and Hana had talked everything over beforehand, they were perfectly happy. She laid her cheek against his arm. So this was the background. So the present is when Hana and Dr. Sadao are standing at the entrance of the house at night and are looking about. And the past, they are telling us, like, this is how they got married off. Got it? It was at this moment that both of them saw something black come out of the mist. They saw something black coming out of the mist. What this black will be? That enemy. Now our hero is also coming up in the story. It's the entry of the side supporting character. The hero is, of course, this man, Sadao. It was at this moment that both of them saw something black come out of the mist. It was a man. He was flung up out of the ocean. Flung means thrown. He was thrown by the ocean. It seemed to his feet by a breaker. He staggered a few steps. So the man was thrown by the waves. So the man, when he fell upon on the seashore, he stood up and he took a few steps. his body outlined against the mist, his arms above his head, then the curled mist hid him again. So he was then hidden by the mist. Who is that? Hannah cried. Avish, look at the book. Who is that? Hannah cried. She dropped Sadao's arm and they both leaned over the railing of the veranda. Now they saw him again. The man was on his hands and knees, crawling. Then they saw him fall on his face and lie there. So first they saw the man being thrown. Then they saw him walking. Then they saw him crawling. Then they saw him lying flat. Got it? A fisherman, perhaps, Sadao said. So what was the very first guess they had about the man? That it might be a fisherman. Washed from the boat, he ran quickly down the steps and behind him, Hannah came, her wide sleeves flying. A mile or two away on either side, there were fishing villages. But here was only the bare and lonely coast, dangerous with rocks. The surf beyond the beach was spiked with rocks. Somehow, the man had managed to come through them. He must be badly torn. So these people, because they knew this whole area very well, so he knew that a mile or two away on either side, there were fishing villages. So about mile or two around this, there were fishing villages, but there was only one, but this was the only one bare and lonely coast. And it was all surrounded by the rocks. So if this fisherman had come from that side, then to this side, he might have been very badly torn or injured by the rocks. So before this doctor would reach him, he already knew that his condition might be very miserable. Why? Because he knew that the rocks might have injured him very badly. They saw when they came toward him that indeed it was so. What was indeed so? Good, Simran? When they saw when they came toward him that indeed it was so. Yes, very good. The sand on one side of him had already a stain of red soaking through. The sand on one side of him was already soaked with blood. He is wounded. He is wounded. Sadao exclaimed. He made haste to the man who lay motionless, his face in the sand, an old cap stuck to his head soaked with seawater. He was in wet rags of garments. Sadao stopped, Hannah at his side, and turned the man's head. They saw the face. Got it? So what happened? Sadao saw that it was a wounded person. Then he saw that an old cap stuck to his head soaked with seawater. So even the cap was all full of water. It was wet. He was in wet rags of garments. Hannah at his side had turned the man's head. They saw the face. So when they saw the face, they might have been able to make out like who that person is, an American soldier. Because American look different, Japanese look different, Indians look different, isn't it? A white man, Hannah whispered. So Hannah got to know that he was a white man, means an American. Yes, it was a white man. The wet cap fell away and there was his wet yellow hair, long as though for many weeks it had not been cut. And upon his young and tortured face was a rough yellow beard. He was unconscious and knew nothing that they did for him. So they saw that his face, it was white. What color of hair? Yellow colored hair and beard, and very long hair, because they had not been cut for many days, many weeks. Why had he not cut his hair for weeks? Because he was a prisoner of war. Okay. Then how has he come here? He tried to run away, and then when he was trying to run away, he was shot at from behind. That's why he's injured. So he has got the bullet injury and he has got the injury because of the rocks also. Okay. Yes, now Sadao remembered the wound, and with his expert fingers, he began to search for it. So being a doctor, he knew that what he wanted. It's not that he wanted, he knew that it's an injured person. So his hand started searching the injury or the wound. Blood flowed freshly at his touch. On the right side of his lower back, Sadao saw that a gun wound had been reopened. So where was the wound? On the right side of his lower back. Learn it. You may be asked, where was the wound? Right side of the lower back, in the stomach, left side of the lower back. So learn it. It was the right side of the lower back. So there was a gun wound. ये भी याद रखना है. The flesh was blackened with powder. Which powder? Gunpowder. Sometime not many days ago, the man had been shot and had not been tended. So the man was shot at about a few days back and he was not even taken care of. Nobody took care of him. It was bad chance that the rock had struck the wound. So already he was, shot at one point of his body. And at the same point, the rock had also cut. Double injury at the same spot. Oh, how he is bleeding, Hannah whispered again in a solemn voice. The mist screened them now completely, and at this time of the day, no one came by. So they were totally covered by fog. Who they? All these three people. So there was fog all around, and at this time of the day, no one comes. So why is the writer writing like this? To make out like this was not even the time for them to send the man for any hospital. In case had it not been some enemy. अभी तक उनको ये नहीं मालूम that he is an American soldier of war. Got it? Okay, we'll continue on Monday. But yes, children. Now, please, for God's sake, read the whole chapter. Now, on Monday, we will be discussing its questions. About hundreds questions we can discuss. But you read the chapter thoroughly on your own. Is that clear, children? Send me the screenshot, anyone, children? Any one of you send me a screenshot of the attendance. Yes, have you sent? Vanshika, send me the screenshot of the attendance. Come on.